Hello, I'm Cabinet, and welcome to the 9th Pokemon X podcast.
And I'm Recon Die. You're listening to Pokemon X News. Today's top story, I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
I think the top story should be something along the lines of, why wasn't there a podcast last week?
Okay, yeah.
Well, here's the confusing bit. There was, but, Recon, do you want to take it?
Due to some recording issues that happened last week, my whole half of the dialogue, well, I say half because when I record it, it's broken into two channels. One is me, and the other is whoever else is on the line, which in this case was Cabinet, Lance, and Lance's girlfriend, Carol. So all of my, well, not all of it, but most of my dialogue was sort of distorted. I'm not exactly 100% sure why. It happens sometimes, but yeah, I tried to fix it. I couldn't get it to where it was audible, and it just sounded weird because it was like Cabinet and Lance talking to each other, and then suddenly it was like, it's like, what do you think? Ha, that's funny.
But that's the thing. We did actually get Lance along last week, but he's not free this week, unfortunately. So yeah, the one week we did get him around, and suddenly he's not here.
Yeah, but I mean, he would have been here on Sunday. We're recording this on Saturday, by the way. Saturday, October 8th, I believe. Is it the 8th today?
Yes, it is.
Instead of Sunday, because Sunday I'm going to be busy at my college building a full replica of the TARDIS from Doctor Who for a homeless awareness week, or poverty awareness week, which is kind of an odd thing over there at my school, because it's like we're trying to raise awareness of poverty, and we build these shacks out of cardboard
And love.
and love. But if you go by these shacks, you see like college students drinking Starbucks with their laptops. Sometimes there's TVs and Xboxes being played in them, and it's like,
So you're saying it's really embodies the homelessness spirit?
yes. Cool, technically, I guess it would, because most of the people in America who are homeless, who are out there like on street corners begging for money, are actually not homeless at all, because you can actually make quite a good deal of money pretending to be homeless.
Well, if you may, like, it's not just America. I mean, it's a big problem with. Well, I say problem, like it's stuff that it happens over here too in Ireland. I remember when I was a kid, like a kid, and some gypsy kind of woman came to the door, and with a baby, and me, I was about 5 or 6 at the time, so I answered the door because why not? I was first to the door, and this woman just started telling me, oh, I'm so poor, here, take the baby, I'm so poor, say a prayer for the baby, baby, help the baby, blah, 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 blah. Her telling this to like the 5-year-old kid, bewildered at the door. But anyway, so, came down, my mum came and whatever, we eventually got our way, and we went up to look outside to see where she was going next or whatever. And then she gets into a brand new, it was a Volkswagen Golf at the time, brand new Volkswagen Golf, and drove off. I can't afford to keep this baby because I need petrol for my car.
Usually when gypsy women come to my door, it's to like warn me that I'm turning into some kind of werewolf. And it's like, geez, I just haven't shaved recently. Calm down.
There's you've got to be wary of them because like a lot of them around here, they come around and they say that they're not. I shouldn't say gypsies. Gypsies are wrong. Like people who are trying to rob you would come around to the house and they would like be coming around saying, "Oh, we're collecting clothes," which is a common enough thing. Like if people they do collect, some people do collect clothes, like unused clothes or whatever. And we had this one person, and you knew that they were shifty by when they came to the door. I answered, and they said, "Oh, well, we're here to collect clothes." And I just said, "No, we don't have any." Okay, and just walked off.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
like,
are you sure there's no unclean panties in the house? I'd be happy to take those off your hands.
no, but the thing was like they were walking around. Like it's a big enough like housing estate. Like there's about 50 or so houses, near 60, I'd say. And they were just there walking around. And if they got like if somebody like let's say had a bag like a bin bag full of clothes that they were going to throw out and they said, "Oh, I'll give them to you anyway," they wouldn't have been able to lug it around. There was two of them. Yeah. So you knew something was shifty about that.
Yeah. I wonder what they would do if they were handlers. Just like kind of throw it in the trash and walk away. I don't know.
So like you could go to like there's several places in town that would
Well, no,
oh,
you would given it to those guys.
oh no there's several places and if you didn't give it to them you could there's these like just recycling plants.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, since they didn't have like anything to put it in, and they were just probably trying to escape.
Oh right.
Just,
Oh yeah.
Damn it! I didn't expect someone to actually have clothes.
You know, I assume you have them over there. I hope you have them over there. They're like just these like little recycling bins and you just put clothes in.
Oh, like,
Well,
we have what's called I'm not sure if it's like all. I mean, there's the Red Cross, but there's a place called Goodwill where you can drop off basically kind of anything. I think even cars. Just to donate, and like people come up and I think get them for free, or I think they just get them really, really cheap.
oh no, I mean like there's these like you know the way you can get these recycling stations. You know, like you've got these bins for like clear glass, green glass, cardboard, whatever. You know those kind of things. Usually beside one of those, there's a clothes recycling bin.
Oh, no, we don't have. I mean, we don't have them around here. I haven't. I don't know if they exist elsewhere in the country, but I've never seen them here.
But I know, like they're around where I am, and there's several of them. But I remember there was one up by a graveyard, and what they did, I remember going up, and I was driving by going to school, and we were picking up people, and I happened to look over, and there was a bunch of people trying to. There was a dad. I presume it was a dad. It was an old guy, old enough, 40s or something, holding the kid in the bin, like by his legs, with the kid half in the bin, trying to get clothes.
Well, well. I mean, aren't they? I guess the bid's taken to a station first, and then they're allowed to pick up the clothes. But
Yeah, you know, if they really wanted the clothes, they could just wait like a week and then like go to the collection point.
we're gonna get these now. I mean, those might be gone.
Well, that was that's the homelessness and all that, I guess. Just people do that.
Well,
So
for the thing though, at the school, we're supposed to be kind of panhandling for money because it's to raise awareness, and we're taking donations. And our group actually won the singles event last year with the Love Shack we made.
I find the naming brilliantly. You won the singles with the Love Shack.
Yes, and that was a fun time. And I'm hoping this is fun because, I mean, we're not really even doing it to like I mean, people will build crap out of the cardboard. We had to go find a ton of cardboard last night, by the way, and have kind of a fun adventure because we managed to find like there was this huge dumpster outside, like behind this like Chinese restaurant, and luckily there wasn't any actual food in the dumpster, but it was just tons of cardboard boxes, and we just grabbed a whole shitload and took it over back up to the school. But people build I think it's supposed to rain on Sunday, which we might not be able to build the shacks. But last year we didn't have any rain, but we had extreme wind, and I think that loses itself in translation for some European audiences. We had extreme wind.
No. That we get windy too.
But that could be gas.
I hope it's windy because have you mentioned what you're making?
Yeah, I think I said that earlier, when I first started into the scale round of the TARDIS. But it's going to be out of cardboard. The frame will be wood, but the actual exterior has to be cardboard. Otherwise, we can't build it.
I hope that it is windy, just so if it blows off, it'll just be like somebody could just play the Doctor Who main theme tune.
I hope it doesn't blow off.
It doesn't blow off. It goes for adventures through time and space. Oh, actually, reminding that, I want to thank you, Recon. Actually, as several times in the podcast, Recon's talked about Doctor Who and whatever. So, because of that, I got a question right in a table quiz last night.
Oh, nice.
So,
what was the question?
Who is the current Doctor in Doctor Who?
Oh, Matt Smith.
It was one. Yeah, it was one of the very few questions we got right.
You just said the Doctor.
So we actually came dead last in the table quiz, but I won 3 Top Gear DVDs in a raffle.
We had made a joke last night when we were going, because before we found that huge bin of cardboard, we were going into certain places and asking if they had any cardboard to spare. We were making a joke, we go in there, it's we need cardboard to build the TARDIS. It's what's the TARDIS? It's it's the Doctor's vehicle. He sent us here to retrieve cardboard. And they're what? Who? It's the Doctor. Doctor Who? And then we all just go, exactly. But yeah, there's a wooden frame underneath, so even if all the cardboard blew off, you'd still see the frame. But I've also
would that mean when it blows off, you'd see the actual inside of the TARDIS?
it does not have extra dimensional capabilities.
The glowy thing that's in the middle of the TARDIS.
No, it's just going to be a hollow shack. I wish I could have some huge interdimensional space in there.
The hollow shack, so it's kind of a love shack.
No, there will be no love in there. No love for the Doctor.
Only science.
But we usually will staple all of the cardboard to the frame, and then I think to actually help it, from blowing away even more, I've got the most awesome shade of blue. I don't know if it's a perfect match, but it's damn close to the same color as the TARDIS from the show.
I love how you say this color will stop it from blowing away.
No, because the paint, the paint will keep it together. It'll act as a moisture guard and help stick everything together.
So it's colored glue.
Somewhat. But what else? That's about it, really. It's the original TARDIS. I think is about 4 feet by 4 feet square.
And how big's the inside?
But that we're supposed to sleep in this. There has to be someone in there at all times, from the moment it's built till the time we have to tear it down. Which I don't want to tear it down. I'm gonna see if I can haul it off maybe over to Rick's house, since his parents are huge Doctor Who fans. And but you can't really sleep in a 4x4 square unless you're one of those people who bunches up a lot when they sleep, or someone really tiny. So we actually I'm going to build the TARDIS in such a way that I can add an addition onto it that looks like it's just something it's parked near. Have something lift up inside the TARDIS so you can put your legs through and sleep in it during the night.
So it really is a bigger place, bigger on the outside, inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah, we did have plans though for like a bigger like section to the side, and we were gonna like load it up with a ton of people, and just have the doors of the TARDIS open, and just have like person after person like who are crammed in there come out. So it looks like we had like more people than could fit it. That's why we can't record it tomorrow. I'll be busy building this TARDIS.
Funny enough, like me and Lance would be, but because Recon is like does all the uploading or whatever, you kind of can't have a podcast without Recon at this point.
Yeah, it would be
So
my streak of being on every podcast.
yeah, yeah. Recon just holds such a monopoly now that we literally can't do the podcast without him.
Well, I mean, it is named after my comic. I think I kind of have to.
Oh.
But, hold on, I have an email. Let's see if it is a question. No, it's not. It's spam. Anyway, what else?
Oh, it is a question. It is a question. Would you be interested in giving me the $5 million?
Yes. I don't even care if I get anything back.
Send all bank details.
I also, real quick, like to talk about MagFest a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, but unfortunately, last week doesn't count because we didn't upload it. We couldn't upload it, so it was one of the main problems because like Recon was doing most of the talking, and so all you would have heard was like.
It turned out fine, but I was continually being interrupted by like background noise on Lance's end, and it was just screwing up my audio.
So just so you know, and nobody will get this joke, but Hoover's just our Recon's one weakness.
No, that sounds so wrong. When I talk and someone else talks at the same time, it tends to not like do my audio correctly. And since I can't talk without being interrupted by anyone ever.
Gosh, oh.
No, in real life as well. Like I try to like.
Anyway, about that.
I was trying to explain when we were gathering cardboard, like, okay, we should take the vehicles with us in case, because like we stop at like kind of like a strip mall, and we walk like to the end of the strip mall to get cardboard from this one place. And I'm like, we should have taken the vehicles with us because we're gonna have to walk all the way back with like a load of cardboard if they have cardboard. And it's like it's logical, and no one's like paying attention. It's like, well, we can just carry it back. I'm like, well, what if they've got a ton of cardboard that we can't carry back?
It's the exact same thing with me and when I'm with my friends. Like, well, some of my friends, like some of them the guy would have like a really stupid idea and he has to do it. I'm like, no, you're just gonna hurt yourself. You're doing something stupid. No, we'll be fine. And then he hurts himself. And I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like sprained his wrist like 5 or 6 times now because of that.
Good. He deserved it. Oh yeah, MagFest. Sorry.
It's magnificent.
I don't know. I've probably spoke about MagFest before in an earlier podcast, not just the one that you guys didn't hear from last week, but MagFest. The MAG in MagFest stands for Music and Games, and it's a festival that it's held on the East Coast. It's been in Virginia the last couple of years. This year it is in Maryland. It's about, let's see, it begins on a Thursday and ends on a Sunday, so that's what, a 4-day event? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah. There's tons of video games to play. A bunch of great music artists. They're all based off of video games. Like there's the Megas who do Mega Man music. Well, not so much. It's Mega Man inspired music. It's not like they're just doing like the BGM from the games. There's DJ Cutman, who's also kind of inspired by Mega Man. There's Rare Candy, which
levels up your Pokemon.
It's obviously inspired by the game Pokemon. I can never think of like a lot of the other groups. I don't usually handle the music part. I'm usually involved in filming a lot of the guest panels, And some of the guests this year include John St. John, who is the voice of Duke Nukem, who is an awesome guy who he parties way too hard at these events. he has like a record of crashing like 40 plus like room parties. I think that was last year's total. Ellen McLean.
That's just how Duke rolls, baby.
Ellen McLean, who is the voice of Gladys in Portal, is going to be there doing a panel, and her husband John Patrick Lowry, who I think he's most famous for doing the voice of Team Fortress 2's Sniper. He's done some other Valve games, but I can't off the top of my head I can't think of it right now. Let's see who else will be there. And
of course, Recon Die will be there.
Yeah. I don't do panels. No, I hate panels, so I'm not going to be doing panels. There's a group online. They do a show called Hey Ash, What You Playin'? It's various kind of skits inspired by video games. Usually, it's kind of like there's a video game involved, but they just kind of go all random and do something somewhat similar to it, but in most ways completely different. Squid Attack will be there. Harry Partridge will be there. The guy, he's a YouTuber, and
he does some really great animations, and they're really funny.
I'm trying to remember who. Oh, Ego Raptor is going to be there. He does a lot of Flash cartoons.
Mm-hmm. The most notably the Awesome series.
Yeah.
Like Metal Gear Awesome, Halo Awesome, with all that kind of stuff. I enjoyed them. They're really funny, I think.
I'm struggling to remember who else. I should have really written these down and prepared better. But
you had 2 weeks.
This is actually it's the 10th MagFest, and so it's MagFest X. And normally, like every year, they'll do kind of like a different theme for their shirts. Like I think last year it was like the Mega Man logo, and the year before that it was the Half-Life logo. And I was hoping, like just in the back of my head, that this year would have been Pokemon, and that it would say MagFest X and be like very similar to my logo for the comic. But since the convention's becoming so big, they're trying to steer away from trying to get sued by video games. But it'll be taking place January 5 through 8 of next year, because January of this year is already passed, and this will be in National Harbor, Maryland, at the. And I'm gonna get some giggle. I know from Cabinet, and probably a lot of people who are listening. The name of the hotel is the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center.
Sorry,
come get gay at MagFest.
I don't get how anybody can name the hotel that, and just go, yep, this is what I want to call my hotel.
Well, Gaylord comes from something else. It's not necessarily meaning the master of homosexuality.
He was one of the leaders of the Pilgrims who came over, Lord Gay.
Lord Gay. All right, fellas, we want a place where we can practice our ways in peace. That's why we've come to America.
Oh, give me some of that turkey.
Oh, who are these guys? They look all festive with their feathers and their... Ooh, they're not wearing shirts. I shouldn't do that. I was told a while back that I do the gay voice way too well. The stereotypical gay voice way too well.
Yeah. I've been told the same thing, but I don't care.
What are you talking about, honey? What gay voice?
This is my ordinary voice.
This is a new hotel this year. Before it's been in the Hilton Mark in Alexandria, Virginia, and that was an okay hotel. But I mean, the rooms. I haven't seen the rooms for this hotel, but I ordered or I reserved my hotel room a while back for me, Rick, and my friend Collie, who's coming with us. The rooms seem very nice. It's like a 32-inch plasma screen TV. I don't know how big. I'm guessing it's a kind of like a medium-sized refrigerator. Big bathroom, queen-sized beds. You get like a nice executive desk to put your stuff on, which I usually call because since there's only 2 beds and I don't want to like pay like I'm not sure how much extra for a suite and get an extra bed or a couch, and I don't want to pay the $25 a night for a cot. I usually, since I'm a nice guy, I let my friends have the beds. So my friend Rick, who he's been on the podcast before, he gets his own bed. My friend Collie gets her own bed, and I get the floor. But I'm like, okay, since I get the floor, I'm calling the desk. I get the desk to put my stuff on, or sleep in that chair,
Or sleep on the desk.
or sleep under the desk, or sleep under the beds. No, wait, what? Sleep on the balcony. There's no balcony. Okay, I'll sleep outside the window on the roof.
I'll sleep in the medium-sized refrigerator.
Yes. I will sleep in the shower.
Just when you want to wake me up, just turn it on, and I'll just pass me the soap, and there you go. I'll be awake. That'll be me. That'll be me washed and my breakfast.
Yes, the soap. I was gonna say something about that too. It's like a soap, and that'll be my breakfast. But I mean, there's a lot of nice stuff in this room. But the thing is, when I'm at MagFest, I tend to like only go to my room to shower and sleep. So I'm not gonna be using. I mean, I'll be using the desk because I'll come on and maybe like blog a bit about. Well, not blog, but I guess tweet or Facebook and talk about MagFest a bit. But most of the other time, I'm just going to be down there working. I love staffing this event. It's just fun. Like, these people are my extended family. Like my friend Kyle. A lot of people I met when I used to hang out with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged crowd. They're just awesome people. And it's sad that I wouldn't know any of them if it wasn't for the guy who my ex cheated on me with. So I guess one good thing came out of that relationship. But I wish I had more to talk. I mean, like, yeah, the people, like the guests who show up, like John St. John. He is a really awesome guy in person. You can just go up and like shake his hand, talk to him for a bit. Don't get him started on Clear Channel Radio.
Duke Nukem Forever.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm sure he'd love to talk about Duke Nukem Forever. And he's doing some other games he's coming out with. Well, not he's coming out. He's doing the voices for the games that are coming out. Yeah, the people from Hey Ash, What You Playing? They're a real nice crew. They're fun to talk to. Usually,
I was just going to say there that whenever you say "Hey Ash, what you playing?" I always just think of did you get more wood? I don't know why. It just yeah, it just sticks in my head. Like it's just like, oh yeah.
For those of you who don't know what Cabinet's talking about, I had discovered this a while back. There's a Pokemon song from their Christmas. It's not really a song, but it's a track from their Christmas CD. And it's the night before Christmas, and it starts off like I guess Ash is outside and Misty's inside, and I guess they're in some sort of winter cabin, and the door opens and Ash is like, "Brr, it sure is cold," or something like that. I can't remember, but and then the next 2 lines are hilarious because Misty goes, "Did you get more wood?" and then Ash is like, "Oh yeah."
I love that. It's just so out of character for them as well.
Yeah,
it's
funny.
But is that MagFest 10?
I can't. I want to talk more about it, but I can't think of anything. It's kind of like one of those things you have to experience for yourself. Because okay, I'm not sure how this new hotel is laid out, but the last hotel had a ballroom, and it was a very well-sized ballroom, and
it was filled with like loads of balls, and it was amazing.
It's not Lance's house. And just tons of TVs, and all of these TVs had a system hooked up to it. And these are like Nintendos, like the original Nintendos, Super Nintendos, all the way up to the Wii, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2s, PlayStation 3s, Dreamcasts, the Xbox original, the 360, all hooked up, all playing video games. They've got like DDR there and other kind of games like there's like a drum game where you kind of have to like drum the specific way. It's kind of like the DDR thing where you have to hit certain parts at certain times. There's arcade machines all over. There's a famous there's a roar done at MagFest. It's the Colossus Roar based off one of the arcade machines there for X-Men. Because every time Colossus would power up, you'd hear "Whoa!" And so there's people just walking around all the time for no reason going "Whoa!" And then when other people hear them, they'll do it too. And it's kind of annoying, but it's all in the spirit of MagFest. There's booths selling lots of video game associated merchandise. Tons of people selling like just old video games that you can't find anymore. People selling custom-made clothes, custom artwork. A lot of people like selling. I think there's like custom Nerf weapons, something along those lines. I'm a bit fuzzy from last year.
Because you got hit by a load of Nerf darts.
Probably. I know, like, we raised about
The roof.
$400 to $500 having a contest last year. People paid to beat Crows, who's the guy that my ex cheated on me with Nerf weapons. And it was quite a bit of money.
Most of it was yours.
No. I'm like, why do I have to pay money for something I can do for free? But, oh man, this is such an awesome convention. It's such a good crowd of people. I mean, every convention's got a few bad apples, but most of the people in this convention are awesome. And I can't wait to go back. Okay, yeah, that's me and MagFest.
And that's in January.
January 2012, 5 through 8 at the National Harbor, at the Gaylord National
I
Convention
can't believe that.
Harbor, Maryland. I guess moving on to the stuff we got portion of the podcast. Neither of us really, I guess, got anything. And well, do you want to talk about, I guess, the thing you just got, Cabinet, or?
Yeah, just before we started recording there, I got some leg straps. They're these things for my leg. I've been having leg problems. I've always had leg problems, but my other leg's starting to act up, so I got these like muscle straps to go around my knee and my thigh, and what they do is they just stretch out the muscle a bit and give some extra support, and they work pretty well. And they're pretty cheap. They're only like €5 to €10. So,
nice.
You know.
Let's hope they help your leg.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, they seem to be doing it so far.
But I mean, we didn't really get. I mean, we did both download the new DLC for Portal 2.
Oh yeah, that's that, and we played it there this morning.
Yeah, we can't. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. It is really good.
It's hilarious. It really is.
Yeah. It's nothing really new is introduced as far as gameplay.
Yeah, no, but it was a fun, like, what, hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah, it makes you think that something's going to be, like, introduced at the end, but then it's like, oh, no.
But it's great. It really is great. It's even better. It's if you have Portal 2, it's free, so...
Yeah, it's co-op, so remember that. You have to have someone else to play it.
Oh yeah, of course, it's co-op, but... Not that it matters. I played through it twice there today. Once with Lance and once with Recon.
Yeah. And then we finally beat the one mission you forgot.
Yeah, apparently even though we did play through all of them, apparently we missed one, so I managed to get that cheap and finally, even though I completed it near enough when it came out. Yeah, it was good. If you have Portal 2, I'd advise a download. It's pretty good. That's my recommendation.
I think we're running at about the 40-minute mark right now, and we're already down to the last part of the podcast. I wonder if we can actually maybe stretch some of these questions out.
Hopefully. I added, these are the questions from last week because nobody really submitted any questions from before.
Which you guys need to get in on. You guys need to start submitting questions. I mean, what else? If you want us to talk about stuff, give us stuff to talk about. Let's see. The first one. Oh, we got two from Dave Shin. Or Dave Shane. Shin. Hold on. I've got him on my Facebook. I'm going to look up how to, like, his I've seen it before. I'm just not thinking right now.
Well, I don't know if you should say the name, but okay.
Well, I mean, his screen name is sort of his name anyway.
Oh, okay.
From him.
From him.
I gotta go back to where the questions were.
Gotta go fast.
He asked us what our top 5 TV shows from our childhood were. Cabinet, what were yours?
I don't know. I always watched like Ed, Ed and Eddie.
The Irish History Channel.
No. I had, and I can't find them now. But Ed, Ed and Eddie, Johnny Bravo, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was a good one.
The things I do for love.
What else? Oh yeah, there was Two Stupid Dogs and the 90s Batman animated series.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm not sure exactly where. I think it's probably GameStop or just. No, it's actually if you pre-order Arkham City in general, you get the skin from the animated series.
It depends where you pre-order it from.
I thought it was just you had to pre-order it.
No. If you pre-order from GameStop, you get over here anyway, you get the Batman Beyond skin.
Really?
Yep.
Because I'm getting the animated one, and I pre-ordered from GameStop.
I'll trade codes with you. I'd rather the animated one. The animated one looks pretty cool because it's in the actual. It looks like it is the animated series, like it's done the exact same style. While I know you can get Frank Miller's like Dark Knight Returns style Batman. You can also get.
They'll all become available eventually, anyway.
Yeah, eventually. I know there's a couple of other ones. But I can't think of them as of right now. I just know they're the 3 good ones, well, in my mind. So, you know.
When does Arkham City come out?
Arkham City comes out like in a week or 2, and it's going to be great. Well, the first one was pretty decent, was very good indeed. So
the North America on the 18th. So yeah, in about 10 days. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that night release. Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be at that.
But it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of keeping my eye closed towards it. You know, I'm not looking for any information like towards it. I'm not looking at any trailers or whatever because I don't like doing that. I think it ruins it a little bit.
No spoilers.
Yeah, but then like I don't mind if I do get spoiled. I'm just like, oh okay, but I'd rather stay away.
We need to do the game for the Wangman version.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know we never came up with like a prison name for Wangman. Like there's Arkham, so we'd have to think
Dongton?
No, because Dongton's the city like he protects.
Oh right, like Arkham. Okay.
TJ Land. Okay, well, did you mention 5 cartoons, or was that 4?
Yeah, I think it was 5.
Ask yourself one question. Did I say 4 or 5? Well, you feel lucky.
I was more or less raised on. Well, I say raised when it came to like cartoons. It was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I liked like the classic stuff because I grew up in the '80s, so I liked Ninja Turtles, Transformers. Wasn't too big into He-Man or G.I. Joe. Let's see, Thundercats.
What's going on with that?
With what?
Not liking He-Man.
I just didn't like He-Man. I was like, All of your power comes from a weapon. You're ugh.
No. What's going on with He-Man?
I don't know. He's ganging it up with Cringer.
But I say, hey. Have you not seen that video?
No,
It's
I have no idea what you're talking about.
it's this what the guy put like 4 non-blondes or something like that. It's probably like more French or something, but it's like hey yeah, and it's they just dubbed it over He-Man, and it's I link it. I'm actually surprised you haven't seen it because it's really funny. I think it's really funny, but it's just it's well done. Like as in like dubbing over like the mouth matches up a lot. And it's really funny. I'll link it when
Okay.
I'll link it to you at some point.
I can't really think of what else. Let's see, Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, Transformers. Can't really think what my favorites were at that time. I like
G.I. Joe.
Butt Cats, but that was kind of later. Animaniacs, of course. Yeah,
Oh.
Animaniacs and Freakazoid.
Yes.
Let's make up my last two.
Animaniacs were great. They were
Because there's so much horrible, like, adult humor that, you don't get when you're a kid, but then
Yeah.
later on when you watch.
the whole fingerprints scene. We've got to dust our finger.
On Beethoven! I am a pianist! Oh,
There's no need for language like that.
And there was
No,
they stole that turkey. They were trying to save that turkey from the pilgrim, and then he's like, "Give me the bird!" And then Yakko's like, "We'd love to, but the fox censors won't allow it."
But it was a great. The fingerprints line stands out to me. It's like, okay, Dot, you get fingerprints, and then like Dot's then like the camera goes to Dot and she's holding prints.
The artist formerly known as Prince, who is now
Yes.
back to
Who's now back to Prince? So.
no fingerprints, and she's just like she's
I like it. I like it when stuff like that happens. So when you do rewatch it, you can laugh at that as well.
I like that one. It's like, Wacko, do you know how to conjugate? I haven't even kissed a girl.
I really wish they'd show like more of it, but they don't because I don't know.
I think Dave asks another question. Are we fans of UFC or any martial arts?
No.
I mean, I'm a fan of martial arts. I used to do it when I was younger. But, I mean, UFC, I know I'm probably going to get, like, a lot of people angry at me for saying this, but it is so obviously staged. I mean, it's like, they definitely pull their punches because it's a televised show. There's a lot that they could do that they're not doing, and it's just so obvious to me that they're not fighting, like, to the point to where... Because if it was like real fighting, it would be a lot more, I don't know, at least maybe, I think, some blood. A lot of blood. And it's just like, I don't know, a lot of holds. A lot of holding going on, and really some hold punches. I can't stand. It's basically like the WWE or whatever it is now. It was WWF and now WWE, whatever. That's kind of like what it is to me. Except they don't have like the soap opera like style drama. And that's what I used to hate about like the WWF or whatever it is now, WWE, WWF. It's like they'd be like,
WWF.
"Oh, I just took down this guy," and then like there's someone coming up onto the ring behind them.
I love it. I love it the way there's
behind you, look, and then he's just like, "Oh," and then he gets hit from behind and he's out.
I love it when you look, like, even in the games and whatever, they always make it, even like in the games, when they punch, you can see them stomping their foot to make the dump every single time. And even in, like, that's the thing I don't get. Even in the games, they do that. You can see the animation for, you know.
Looks realistic. Or realistic for the show.
But like, there's some people really into it and who are sure it's real, which is kind of scary.
And they're like horrible, like fanatic about it.
Mm.
You can't tell me that's fake. That's not fake. Look at that.
It's not fake. I can smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's at least 3 inches away from his face. That had to have connected. But yeah, I'm a big fan of martial arts. I recently tried to take Aikido, and I didn't like. I mean, it's mostly defensive martial art, where a lot of, like, I don't know, it's more like dodging and redirecting hits. And I'm more of like an offensive fighter, so I couldn't get into it, like, because like in the practice it was like
you just kept punching the teacher in the face.
No, it's like slow, like they're trying to get, you know, they come at you slowly, and my mind doesn't work like that, and it's like they come at me slow. I'm just thinking it's like crap. I'm in bullet time, and then I'll like do the motion, and then like I want to go in because like I've got them to a point to where I can go in for like a killing blow. Like hit them with the ribs or hit them under the arm or something, and I have that urge to do it. I'm like, no, I can't, but I'm like, I must. No, this isn't that kind of fighting, and so I had to give it up just because I couldn't like stop myself. Well, I could, but I was like getting to a point to where I didn't want to stop myself.
My usual fighting style is I run away if I can. If I can't run away, I just hide.
We need to get you like a pimp cane to like hit people with.
Oh yeah. I can just like rip off my leg straps now and just hit people with them.
You're like whipping them around like that guy from Boondocks. It's like the grandpa.
I don't see that. I haven't seen that, but I'm just imagining it like it's a sling or something.
No, it's basically like a whip almost. Almost like nunchucks, but strap form. I mean, because he uses his belt. He'll take his belt off and he'll beat his grandkids or teach. Like, there's like one night where this woman was at a grocery store and her kid was like breaking stuff and screaming how it wanted candy, and he's like, "You need to beat your kid," and he pulls off his belt and tries to teach her how to hit him correctly. Let's see, Nick Starr from the we're good friends with him on Xbox Live and on the Minecraft server. He asked,
whenever I can, he'd be more close to you because whenever he tries to invite me to a party or anything, I can't join.
They have conflicts since Cabinet's in Ireland and Nick lives in Australia. Sometimes their internet connections kind of conflict. And
funny enough, he joined a Gears match that I was in with another friend who's from around here, and there was no problems at all. He could even jump into the party. It seems just to be me and him that just can't.
Sometimes you
no matter
bridge.
Yeah, probably. But he was. I don't get it because the guy who I was talking to was on weaker internet than I was. So
not so much like the strength. It's just, you know, the numbers really.
Yeah.
But Nick asks, who is our favorite superhero?
Depends who you're talking. Depends. Are you talking about, like, I guess Batman would be mine.
I like Batman
because it's Batman. But my favorite comic book character would be Dream from Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
I like Batman, but I like the Green Lantern as well.
Which one?
Doesn't matter which one. It's just the power behind it. It comes from imagination and creativity.
No, it comes from willpower.
Whatever. But it's like the will. Your creativity is like what focuses. And like if you're just stupid, and it's like I have willpower, but I'm just gonna make a rock appear.
It would work.
Yeah, but I mean, I like creativity.
You see, next to history comics are my thing. So.
Oh no, Irish history comics.
You ain't got nothing. Um,
But yeah, I
I,
have to say
I
Batman or Green Lantern.
I always liked Guy Gardner as a Green Lantern, especially in Justice League International. I thought he was Justice League International, for people who don't know, was when, like, after, I forget how it happened, but basically the big players like left the Justice League, Superman and Wonder Woman, and all those big names. So they went into, like, Batman ran it, and with like Blue Beetle, Booster Gold,
Booster.
and Guy Gardner. Yeah, and because Guy Gardner, his character, he's just a big dick to everybody and everything, and it comes to a great point where Batman just punches him in the face. But at the same time, you love having him, like having the dick there, because he really brings life to the comic.
Oh, that's gonna be the special thing at the end of the podcast. Is just you like having a dick. Sometimes you like having a dick.
If we're gonna go on about comics for a second, I really want to vent about how.
Well, I don't think we're gonna have enough time if we're gonna answer like the last.
I'll just make it very short. I'll just say the last 10 years. I was discussing with a friend on Thursday after college, and it came to this. Like, I'm a big DC fan. I don't read much of Marvel, but I do anyway. But Marvel has been at such a high level over the past, compared to DC. Marvel has been at such a high level over the last 10 years, while DC has just been terrible. The only good story in the past 10 years was Identity Crisis. Batman's last RIP, the whole RIP thing, and I'm torn with Grant Morrison, because he wrote Arkham Asylum, the comic, and that was great, but he also wrote Batman RIP, which was pure and utter shite, and it was just really bad. But I'm glad to hear that apparently the reboot that they did there a couple of weeks ago, apparently it's doing pretty well. So more to them. I might, invest in some current stuff again.
Have you ever seen those videos on YouTube? I'm a Marvel. I'm a DC.
I did, yeah. I really enjoyed them up until I watched like a good few of them. But then he got too invested in the story and like not enough in like the jokes, I thought.
Okay, but okay. Our last question, and then, I'm trying to keep things on track because we're out of time. Our last question comes from JCO from. He's from the forums. He's also a moderator on a Minecraft server. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
This is another one that we really discussed in a great deal last time, and
first time we tried to record the podcast.
Yeah, I think Recon's answer is just going to like break everything, but I'm going to stick with my answer from last week and just say that immortality.
What was Lance's? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I think it was like invisibility or flight or something like that.
Carol's was flight.
Oh yes, sorry, yeah, I'm getting it wrong then. I forgot what Lance's was.
But mine, my superpower of choice would be the power to control electromagnetivity, and not like Magneto, but like all electromagnetivity, because everything has an electromagnetic field. Atoms, people, trees, and basically you could use if you knew what you were doing, you could manipulate that in any way you wanted. You can manipulate the magnetic field in your body to fly around. You could manipulate the magnetic fields in your cells and your atoms to kind of move them around, make your skin hard, make your DNA move to where you can change it and be immortal if you wanted to. Stop bullets. Just kill people with, like, not even thinking about it.
There's I said it last week, and it's just like breaking the genie by just wishing for more genies or more wishes.
Wishing for. I've seen, that was like a comic or something. It's like
It was
"Wish for
cyanide,
you
cyanide and
wish
happiness.
for more genies."
Cyanide and Happy is a great web comic, and I want to go back and read it again. I lost track of it. There's another question actually that you brought up. We can mention it briefly. Dave asked about if we were to shapeshift, but we had to keep that form for a full week.
How,
Would you?
where is this question? It's not on your list.
It's not on the script because I didn't think we'd have time or whatever, but it's on the forums.
So if we could shapeshift and we had to keep that form for a week, what would it be?
Yeah.
Huh.
Would you take it? Like, if you could shapeshift, but you had to stay like that for at least a week, would you take it?
Yeah.
What happened if you had to shapeshift into a rock to get? Let's say a bunch of people were attacking you.
Control it?
Sorry.
You don't get to control it?
Yeah, but you had to keep it for.
I would shift into Michael Cera and just like ruin his career.
Okay, you know what? I was going to argue about that with you, but no, I'm fully behind that. Thank you very much. No arguments from me.
You're forced into a form and you have to stay like that, but then after that you get the full use of your power?
Yeah, but then it's like the same. I think it means the same as in every time you shapeshift, you have to stay like that for a week.
Oh, I would shapeshift into various forms of myself, but with like different, I don't know, abilities. Like me with wings, or me with legs, but my knees are backwards.
It's like Nick's Minecraft skin.
Yeah.
All over again.
Backwards Ash.
Or Homicidal Chickens one, which was the upside down guy.
Oh, that one was creepy.
Yeah, because when he walked, his head was his legs, so when he walked, his legs split, so you could just see like the brain in like whenever he walked.
Because like there were times where sometimes like it wouldn't load, and he would look normal, and then like it would flip over again, and like.
That never happened to me, but
Me.
that was his old one. Now he's a chicken because he's running like a chicken shop.
He needs to send me that skin, and I'll edit it and make it look like an evil chicken. But yeah, hey,
You mean a homicidal chicken?
Homicidal. When after you hear this, send me that skin, and I'll change it around. Maybe like put like an apron or something on it since it's running the chicken shop.
But I think that's it, more or less.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're about an hour after editing all the times you got on your phone and had to go.
Yeah, I had to get my straps on.
Get your cereal. Oh, it's not that.
Gotta go fast.
We're like alienating the whole audience with just random private jokes. But yeah, sorry that there wasn't a podcast last week. Hopefully this kind of makes up for it. Since there's no Lance, I'm sure it does.
He might be here next week.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Next week, I'll have I'll talk about the adventures with the TARDIS. Even if it doesn't, it's supposed to rain tonight and then rain all day Sunday. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to build it.
But you see, the good thing is though, once you build it, you can like go back in time and like warn yourself that hey, it's going to rain.
I can't make time travel yet. I can only go forward and
only really slowly.
Yeah, like half the normal speed other people do.
That means like that. Would that mean you go back in time?
No,
because if you're going forward at half the speed of normal people, well then you're going forward as a.
Means for every 2 minutes you go forward, I only move 1 minute.
Yeah, which means you're back 1 minute. You're 1 minute behind me.
I'm just slow. But yeah, I'd like to. It's just, I mean, if I get it built and then because I've got it, I've got ideas how to waterproof it. But if I can't build it, I mean, I'm kind of screwed because I've got all the stuff I'm storing in like one of my classrooms, and I told the teacher, I'm like, yeah, it'll be out of here by Sunday, and then if it continues, I won't be able to get that done, and then I'll probably piss him off. He's a good teacher. I like that teacher. He's fun. He actually teaches.
That's a shocker, really.
Most teachers are just like, here's the end result. Do it.
Yeah, that's something that I've had to come across a lot. When I was doing my junior cert, which is like a really useless test, but it's made out to be a big test. The teacher, my maths teacher, I was doing ordinary level, so the maths teacher, like me and the few other people who were doing ordinary level, she just forgot about us, left us there for the whole year. When we went up to her, she was like, "Okay, ask the person beside you. They don't know. Okay, I'll be with you in a minute." And then she never came around. So then the very last day, she comes up to us, and she says, "Okay, let's see what you've done," and then realise we haven't got half the work done because we didn't know how to do it. Then she starts giving it to us because we didn't have the work done that we weren't shown how to do.
Help us! We came to you several times and you ignored us.
I told you to go. She actually goes, "I told you to go to the person beside you." We did, and they didn't know.
You're a horrible teacher. We have to have you fired.
She actually left that year, which I'm glad.
See, it worked.
Funny enough, as an addition, she kept us in for detention and said, "Okay, no, you're not to leave until I come back." She never came back, so we just sat there for the rest of the day. That was the last day of school, by the way.
We need to end this podcast.
Yeah. Okay, we'll end it. Thanks for listening. And
You guys should leave us questions at Pokemon X Podcast on Twitter or on the forums, or email me, or send me a tweet on my Twitter account, at ReconDie, twitter.com. And
if you want if you can find all of our Twitter addresses and whatever in the contact information thread in the podcast section.
just information thread. But yeah, next week I'll talk about stuff, and I'll be here, and Cabinet should be here, and maybe Lance will be here.
I like the way we're doing definite is that you'll be here.
I'll be here. I'm always here. Now to go home. But yeah,
No.
So anything else to say?
Wob.
Are you doing a Charlie Brown special?
I'm making a dubstep remix of the podcast.
You're fired. But alright, that's it then. So see you guys next week.
With silence.
At the same time, you love having him, like having the dick.